Welcome to another Bensday with Batgirl and Ben. I'm Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo, and with me is Benjamin Lesnick. Hey, Ben, how are you doing today?
Hey, not too bad. I'm a bit tired, but other than that, pretty good.
All right, great, great, great. A little bit about last week. I took a little bit of heat for not mentioning Jenny Varner's name, and that was a little bit of political on my side because I don't like mentioning the people's names all the time when people leave unless they've already said it on their Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever it is. And I saw nothing out there from her. But my
Yeah, and
big
I should stress it's always got to be they they have to when someone leaves, it's up to them to talk about it. Internally, it's both against the law and just bad hiring practices to tell people why employees are no longer with us,
right.
and it's always for any variety of reasons. Some people share it, like Travis did. He was so excited about his work at Blizzard. Other people leave for personal reasons, other reasons. But as much as we are kind of reality show characters for some people, we're never going to be at a point where we can talk about departures like that.
Right, right, and I understood that. That's why I took it the way I did. I was more interested in the position itself that she had, which was, I forget, like she was some kind of content, right?
A community content manager, basically,
Yeah.
kind of scheduling and organizing all of our department's stuff. But we're going to restructure a little bit.
Okay.
Work without that position for a while.
Okay. I was just interested because whenever somebody's gone, sometimes that gives somebody that's watching a opportunity that they might want to go and apply for a job. You never know. So that's good.
We do have plenty of jobs we're hiring for, including an associate producer position here in Santa Monica that we're quite desperate to fill.
Yeah.
If
Associate
you're a
producer?
producer and want to associate yourself with us,
Well, that's good. I like that one. I think there's a lot of people that listen to this show and others that would like to associate themselves with Cloud Imperium Games. I know I've tried a couple of times.
and Bob, I'll guarantee that whoever gets that job, it will be the toughest job you ever have, but it'll be reporting.
Reporting directly to Chris or somebody in between? Or no, actually the producer's
And Eric,
Aaron.
are in the production. It would be a junior producer.
Yeah. So he'd report to Aaron, right?
Mm.
Oh, wow, that's fun. That's good. I like Aaron. Second thing is, in lieu of, well, with and when we tried to shoot this the first time, I found out that there was going to be some kind of mini next Great Starship contest on ITV, and Ben will tell us about that when he's ready. But Edison Trent is putting together one, and please stay tuned at the end of this. I'm going to be talking about his kind of next Great Starship contest that goes through the end of this year, beginning of next year. They've raised about $100 in Star Citizen credits or RSI credits right now, gift cards, and I'm going to ask Ben at some point in the next week or so if he could help them out also. So that's something to look for at the end.
Yeah, hit me up once I get back from Gamescom. More than happy to help out with some store credit or packages or whatever.
Okay.
And as I said last time, we are going to be doing kind of a mini TNGS. It's actually a TNG-C for character design. One of the other positions we're looking for right now are character artists. So, and we've hired 3 or 4 of the folks who did TNGS. So we thought we'd throw that to the community also. But, we're doing concepting characters and then modeling and integration with CryEngine. So if there's a character artist out there, start thinking.
I like that. So this is all for character design now.
Yeah, we're moving into that heavily as we build out the BU. Get ready for the BU. We need more than our bald man.
He has hair now.
Yes, the hair tech. It seems ridiculous whenever I see a report on this, but hair tech is coming online.
That's cool. That means female models aren't too far away then.
Yes, I saw female hair in shotgun today, so it's coming.
Okay, so we're about ready to go into the questions, and one thing I want you all to be aware of, when you want to ask a question on the show, you have 2 ways to do it. Put in the comments section below, or send it to starcitizenaa@gmail.com with Bensday in the subject field. So Ben, our first question is from Captain Glume. Lots of questions come from the captain. And this one has to do with the live stream. When is the Gamescom live stream? Us in the North America need to book the time off work to watch it and can't do this last minute. Do you know about when that will be?
Let's see. It's 8 p.m. German time on Friday. I do not know the time conversion off the top of my head, but you guys can figure it out from that. As with most representations, I would expect us to go on late, but 8 p.m. is the scheduled time for the live stream to start.
So 8 p.m. That's like 2 p.m., 1 p.m. Out there, it's going to be like morning.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll make that. Well, you have a world clock, Captain Glume. Put it in your world clock. You'll figure it out. 8 p.m. Cologne time, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jump Debris wants to know, and it's debris. I know this is a Tony Z question, but you may have the answer. Will there be missions that are aimed at one or more orgs? For instance, Scenario 1, a critical shortage of ore in the Stanton system spawns a mission for 6 million tons of refined ore. A transport-oriented org teams up with a mining-oriented org to complete the mission. Or Scenario 2, the UAE needs an escort for a mission of critical supply convoy through a sector that... heavy Vanduul presence. So what they're trying to find out is, are there going to be missions as elaborate as this that are automatically spawned?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. That's kind of exactly how our mission system works. Although I would say they'll probably be a little bit more granular than that. You probably won't see a case where, like, it's literally a planet saying, I'm a planet and I need 6,000 kilograms of ore. But an ore shortage will spawn, X number of organizations associated with that planet to suddenly need ore at once. So instead of we need to fill in this huge bin of ore, it'll be, 5,000 requests for 100 tons each or something. So it'll be more granular than just one massive operation.
So it might be like a missile factory might be requiring it, and a spacecraft factory, a commodities factory, whatever the commodities are going to be inside of the Star Citizen universe. So something like that?
When it's a planet-wide shortage, it'll affect all the nodes on that planet at once. So you'll see all sorts of war missions at once, or all sorts of oxygen missions.
Okay.
And there'll be some cases where it'll be a planet-wide thing. An evacuation, or this planet's it starts going supernova. We have to get everybody off this planet. That'll be more of a giant effort in one item. But,
so we're gonna have supernovas in the game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the idea of creating one of these beautifully crafted planets and then just blowing it up to mess up the universe.
Didn't you? That's wild. Remember, supernovas have an effect on other systems too, like gamma ray bursts and stuff. So you don't want to just do that without the science behind it.
They impact jump points as well.
Oh God, I forgot about that because the gravitational field. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's cool. I like that, Ben.
You blow up one system, change a bunch of jump lines. So interesting.
Okay, so Ben DeVeny has one for us about the Rec and Rec store. Ben, you hinted at a community chest. Other than renting stuff from the Rec store or the community chest, is there anything else to spend Rec on? I don't rent stuff, but if I throw it all into the community chest, then something else comes up, I'll be bummed.
Our thought for the community chest thing is it would be, it would actually be kind of like the missions you just described. So we would say, hey, we want to give everybody, we want to do this for the game, or we want to give everybody this item, just kind of group efforts that we reward the entire community. So,
okay.
Hey, if you guys donate 10 million rec, then we hit the next level and so on. So kind of similar to stretch goals, but more in-world. We want that collaborative, folks playing together idea.
Can I ask you a question right now? When you did something similar to this on the original Wingman's Hangar, did you guys try to reduce the size of a question if it was good?
We did, yeah.
Okay.
And we do it in Never the Chairman too. I'm the one who does it. I would go with it more short in the question. You often have to cut 3/4 of a question.
Okay.
I love giving examples.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because I have a 3-paragraph one.
Oh yeah, I would put that down.
I'm going to do that one last, and I'm going to jump to Gerald Evans, who said, "You asked if a person would be under more scrutiny for being affiliated with a pirate organization, and Ben replied that a player would be judged by their actions and not their affiliations. How is this not an exploit?"
As long as you're being good, you're not getting in trouble.
I'll give you. I'm a member of a air piracy organization. I'm not, but just go with me. But I'm a clean one. I hang back, and my buddies, what he's saying is he's part of an organization that's known to be taking down convoys all over the UEE. And he's part of that organization, so how does he get away with not being on a blacklist?
I mean, we'll have to look at this a lot closer as we actually start to balance and see it in action, but my thought is just org affiliation should not define how you're punished, even if it's a pirate organization.
It's kind of like being held accountable for the sins of your family.
Yeah, I mean, like anybody outside can tell me they're Al Qaeda terrorists or something, and maybe the FBI will look into them. But if they're not actually doing any terrorizing, they're not going to get arrested. They get questioned a bunch, but
Yeah. All right. So we love Marcus from the Colonial Movers, don't we? So Marcus Impaleman is giving us this week's comic relief question. Last year at Gamescom, Chris Roberts and friends stayed until 3 o'clock in the morning signing different things and talking to fans. How many cups of coffee or Red Bull do you anticipate drinking to repeat this?
Well, when you're in Cologne, you drink Kolsch and nothing else.
That's right. But that doesn't make you stay up. That just gets you drunker and drunker.
Well, it makes the process of staying up more pleasant.
Okay.
But Chris Roberts is a machine. I don't think he needs external stimulants in any way.
Yeah, okay. So we have Pappy Boyington, who is the head artist for the Enablers and for Star Citizen Addicts Anonymous. He makes all of my art. He has a specific question. And, of course, being named, taking the name Pappy Boyington, having a question about the Corsair is not going to be uncommon. So the Corsair F4U fame was used in the Wing Commander movie. Can we expect a Corsair named ship from Anvil for Star Citizen? Please, pretty please, please, please say yes, please, or else.
I don't think the Wing Commander movie had a Corsair.
Yes, you did.
No, there's no Corsair in the Wing Commander movie.
No, they had it in Wing Commander 3 or 4, whatever it was.
So there is a Corsair in the Wing Commander universe. It appears only in the epilogue to the Wing Commander prequel novel
that's it.
Action
Okay.
Stations. Justin mentioned the Confederation's new Corsair fighter is coming online in 5 years.
So never challenge Ben on Wing Commander universe lore. Just never. What did you run for years? What's the name of the WCN or something?
WCNews.com, yeah. It's like INN, but for Wing Commander.
Okay.
But the Corsair is definitely in our back pocket of names we'd like to use in the future. I know I could definitely have a Corsair in the future.
Okay. So the second question is, does the Endeavor still have a dozen labs, or has it changed, or is it just one of the modules that you can add in?
So what the Endeavor is going to be like is, short answer, yes, it does have the dozen labs. Basically, you're going to get the ship superstructure, cool MISC front, cool MISC engine drive section. And the middle part is all modular. So you could put an astrophysics lab, or you could put 2 patient recovery labs, or you could put a bio lab. I think we're going to launch, hopefully, with 5 modules completed. I think 12 or 13 planned in near term. It's going to be a fun one.
Okay. Can it hold a Merlin for self-defense?
That's the good question, isn't it?
Yeah.
But one of the options will be an ambulance bay. It's
Cutlass?
Yeah, we're going to Cutlass. The medical Cutlass is kind of our ambulance.
Would you be able to fit that in the bay that you're talking about? This is going to be a big ship.
It's a big ship, yeah. You should be able to fit it in the bay, or at least University Space Above and Beyond with the ISSCBs would land on the carriers, so you have like a flat out external bay.
That makes sense.
A destroyer or something.
That makes sense. You talk about Space Above and Beyond, you're talking to this gentleman, Pappy Boyington. That is his favorite series ever.
Have I mentioned I read the letter from that in my wedding yet?
Okay, that's good. Yes, that's right. We talked about that, didn't we? Yeah. Okay.
Great show.
That's awesome. So the last question he has is another please, please, yes, please, is going to be Star Citizen Pilgrims?
Out there somewhere, if you ever read the sequel novels to the movie, they cross dimensions and have attained a higher form of consciousness and all sorts of stuff. So you never know.
So you have a say in this. We know you do. And you wearing the Pilgrim Cross and me wearing the Pilgrim Cross in my videos now. We want this, don't we? Okay. All right. I have a couple of questions about the new ships, and that's about it. Okay.
All right.
Then we'll cut it. These are my own. And the first one doesn't have to do with any of the specific new ships. It has to do with the. I'm starting to see this rock paper scissors theory or work. What do you call it? Like Chris always has this rock paper scissors effect of all the ships, right? Like A is better than C, but not D. But D could take on C, but get killed by A. All those things, right? So we're starting to see that the Hornet is starting to fall into its own. Now we know what the roles are: medium fighter, heavy fighter, light fighter. It seems that the lighter fighters are so much better at dogfighting now that it makes it difficult for the heavy fighters to go one-on-one against them. But this isn't the way it's supposed to be, because we're looking at Arena Commander, right? We're not looking at what's going to be in the Star Citizen universe.
Yeah, this is very much
so Hornet
this
is
will change.
yeah. So Hornet is always supposed to lose in a dogfight to something like a Gladius. Is that right?
I mean, it's going to depend.
Yeah, depends on the pilot. We know that. That's
sure,
why
yeah.
they brought up Red Flag and Top Gun, so pilots would be better. But equal pilot in both of them, you're always going to be able to outturn the Hornet, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, lighter fighter, yeah.
Okay. So the Hornet as a medium fighter, do you see that more as attacking in teams, making their passes? Like, give me your idea. I don't want to give people my idea. And I'm going to give you the classes of ships. So we have Lightning, which is a heavy fighter, right? Where would you classify a Scythe? It's a huge ship after seeing it.
We're calling it a medium fighter, I believe.
Okay, so then you have Scythe and you have Hornet as medium. And then you have Gladius, you have Mustang Delta, and I'm sure there's a light fighter that we'll see eventually from the Vanduul, right?
Yeah, I think they call it the Blade.
So give those three, and Glaive is still a medium fighter, just a better one, right?
Yeah.
All right, so take those three those three classes, and give me your idea about how and what they would be doing. Like, what would their missions be?
So a light fighter is, it's capped, it's short-range patrols, it's interception, it's, everybody scramble, we've got bombers inbound, you guys take care of the escorts, that sort of a thing. A medium fighter is longer range, it's more reconnaissance-oriented, it's heavier in a fight, so you set it out with more of an objective than you do a light fighter. We're going to go tango with the other aliens, the other carriers, fighters, screen, that sort of thing. It's with more P-47 Thunderbolt than it is Mustang.
Okay. So would you see it more as like taking down the bigger ships?
Yes.
Okay.
Breaking through into not necessarily intercepting bombers, but more of a taking out things like constellations, retaliators, anti-shipping to some degree. But range is going to be very important, especially for military ships.
We're seeing that with the P-52 Merlin already. Range is going to be important.
That's an extreme example, but it shows how it can work on the whole scheme of things.
So heavy fighter, we know that we have at least one, actually two. I got to classify the Vanguard as a heavy fighter. Even though it's a long-range one, it's a heavy one. It's got heavier weapons. It's a bigger, less maneuverable ship, but still killer in its own right. So you have the Lightning, you have the Vanguard, and you have some kind of Vanduul equivalent. What's the Vanduul name of something like that? Or you're not ready?
I'm not ready to say that one yet.
Okay, that's fine. There is one. So what do you see those as being? Are they cap ship killers or light cap ship killers? What's their main goal?
So one thing that Wing Commander kind of screws up, and we're carrying over, is the light, medium, heavy distinguishing. It should actually probably be more like Wing Commander Prophecy, where you have interceptors and then space superiority fighters. Where the Lightning is essentially the improved version of the Hornet. It's the next generation Hornet. So they're really on the same level, even though we're calling one a medium fighter and one a heavy fighter.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot more. Interested in fighting things like corvettes, orbital gun emplacements, breaking down shields on a space station, boarding operations.
Okay. I like that. I like your idea. And I figured I'd ask you since a lot of these come out of the mind of you, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's good. The second question does have to do with the P-52 Merlin. Okay. And I think after flying it for a week, this question is not going to be as I want to say it from a different perspective. When I first started flying the P-52, my question out loud in my head was, why don't they just say it has no quantum drive and make that be it? And then the whole thing about boost not recharging takes a real long time to get used to. It means that you have to use it so sparingly. Now, I know that's the intent, but then you say it's a racer, and in racing, the boost is used quite heavily. Do you see
So
that
we'll,
being balanced differently in the future?
oh yes, absolutely. Especially for the racing, we'll have more of a pass dedicated to that. But
Like you would have a specific racer that would be able to recharge, but it wouldn't be the same one that you would have on your ship to, right? You would equip it
yeah,
differently?
it would be a variation between the two.
All right, because I can see already that if it takes a tier 2 or T2 engine, I could put the HM 4.2s on there and then make it kind of like M50-ish, but nowhere near M50. It'd still be close. All right, I see there's a lot of noise going on there.
Oh, right.
It's okay.
I don't know what's out there.
It's totally okay. At least we don't have the 2 Nerf guns going by today. Well, actually, that was pretty fun last week with Sandy's kids. Those were the 2 questions I had. So you answered everybody's questions. I really appreciate it, Ben. And stay tuned for after the show. I'll talk a little bit about the contest. Ben, what's the one thing outside of the convention that you're looking forward to in your trip to Cologne right now?
So I think I get about half a day in Cologne to actually explore a bit. It's a toss-up between there's a Star Wars exhibit of some sort and a Playmobil store, which we'll see which I do.
All right, and I'm going to give you a warning. If somebody comes up to you and he says his name is Reaper in the game, walk the other way. He's one of our people. He's one of our people, and he's crazy, but he's good. All right.
It's the way I like people.
Good. Thanks, Ben. And for everyone watching, thank you very much. We're going to bid you adieu right now. And Ben, thanks for joining us. Anything that you want to tell people before I sign off?
Nope, just thanks for your support as always.
Okay. That's good. Thanks. And with that said, guys, you all be safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. All right, everybody, here's the page that Edison Trent has put together for the Corvette ship contest. So far, he's posting that there's $100 worth of SC stuff, but Ben has just said that he's going to give a package when the Gamescom event is over. So what they're doing is, what Edison Trent is doing is he's holding this competition for the design of a Corvette. It's not something that CIG is going to use, but it's a way to get your design out there. One thing to note, CIG has taken a look at what the modders are doing. I mean, look what they're doing with the Pirate Swarm mod, and they're going to be bringing something like that into the Star Citizen Arena Commander module at some point. So all he asks is that it's not a complete copy of something that already exists, like the Starship Enterprise, and please do not name it something that would be offensive to somebody. So all you have to do is just follow the rules on the page, and we'll keep it posted as the contest goes on. I'll drop some little tidbits about different ships that I may like and other people may like. I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know how good that's going to be. We're going to have to talk about that because I'm going to be a judge on this contest. So I don't want to use my show as a medium to, we'll work this one out over time, folks. Anyway, go out to the website. It will be listed right here, and I'll try to get a link to it in the video, but definitely down below in the show notes, there will be a link to this contest. Thanks, everyone, and like I said before, you all be safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon.